Hey there, 2033, this is Dr. Weilerman. So this is the video specifically for the final project for the students who are going to do the PW option, all right? Journalism students, you can do the PW option too. At least you can in my class. I think most instructors will let you all kind of jump between the two because they're there's some similarities between the journalism option and the PW option. All right, so let's get specifically to the rules and requirements for the professional writing final project, the magazine feature article. All right, so as I've said in my courses many times, the professional writing sequence here is not just about fiction, all right? And I can attest to this because I have both a journalism degree and a PW degree from Gaylord. All right, and I can safely say that I have used both fiction and nonfiction writing in my career, and it's incredibly helpful to know some styles of nonfiction writing for you PW majors out there, all right? So a magazine feature article is going to allow you to combine some writing tactics, some journalism type skills that you've learned in the course so far, with some creative writing skills that you, no doubt, are really excited to exercise. All right, so I think it's going to be helpful if you review the videos that we did, that you watched when you were writing those creative leads, okay? There's a video on feature writing and there's a video on creative leads, okay? Those two things are going to be helpful. I'm also going to make a video available that talks more about feature writing structure, okay? And so hopefully that'll be helpful as well. I have some documents, some notes that might be helpful too. I'm going to put those up for my classes and I'll make them available to any of the other instructors who might want to use them too. All right. I have a really long history with feature writing. I've been writing magazines. I've been writing feature articles for magazines since about 2003. Usually contracted to do anywhere from a couple feature articles a month to, in slower years, maybe I'll just do one or two a year. But I have a really long list of writing features for magazines. So, all right. What do you need for your magazine feature article? You need 4 primary sources, okay? In addition to one background or documentary type source. So generally speaking, that's going to be some type of written paper source or website source, okay? Now, you may find that you need more sources to do this. More sources is absolutely fine, but the minimum is 4 primary sources, all right? And then what is the length? The required length is going to be 3 to 4 pages double spaced in a normal 12-point font, all right? So 3 to 4 pages double spaced, normal 12-point font. You are going to need to turn in your final project with a cover sheet that has all of your sources listed and the contact information for each source. Your instructors are going to talk to you a little bit more about your sources and who you can or can't talk to, right? Like, we don't want you to be close to your sources for this project. If you have a question about whether or not a source can be used, make sure that you clear that with your individual instructor. Do make sure that you're quoting your sources accurately. We recommend that you use some type of audio recording device while you are interviewing people. I recommend that you take notes while you're doing that as well. Use both tactics, right? Remember, for the interviewing lectures, taking notes and having an audio recording, doing the combination of those two things is really going to allow you to get a lot of information and know what, already have a familiarity with the quotes and information that your sources have given to you before you even start writing. All right. So while there are many styles of feature articles, and one style is a personal experience article, that is not the type of feature article that we're going to have you do. All right. So we don't want you to do first person accounts. All right. We want you to do some type of feature article that is in third person. All right. So no, I us, we, our, right? You're going to be interviewing people and writing this in third person. Okay, so what exactly is a feature story, if you're not completely familiar with that? It is usually the lighter side of the news, human interest pieces, okay? A lot of the times they focus on one individual person, like a personality profile, or they might focus on the history of an event. There are other types of feature articles, like a how-to instructional feature article, trend pieces, right? Something that sort of looks at a current trend that is happening. And make sure to get approval from your individual instructors about the type of feature article that they're gonna let you do. For my classes, I would say the majority of people do a personality profile, a look at one particular person and some interesting aspect of their lives. But I'm open to other styles I'm open to other types of feature articles, including how-tos, historical trend pieces. The lectures that I'm going to put up about the structure of a feature article, and we'll also have some ideas for different styles of features. Okay, so those are the minimum requirements, right? If the stories don't meet those minimum requirements, the assignment says that's an F, right? So you have to have your 4 sources, you have to get to a minimum of 3 double-spaced pages, you need to have correct contact information for all of your sources, and it cannot be a first-person account. All right, those are the minimum requirements. All right, let's see. So featured stories often tell us how something happened. They tell us a unique hobby or outlook that somebody has. Oftentimes they evoke emotions. And while I said that feature stories are usually the lighter side of the news, that doesn't absolutely have to be true. A feature story can be about something more serious. So if you have an idea that is, not lighthearted, that can be fine too. Let's see. So you're gonna choose one of the feature story types that your instructor approves, all right? And you are going to also need to identify what publication you would be writing this for and who the audience is, right? So are you writing this publication for OU's alumni magazine, for Oklahoma Today, for another one of the Oklahoma magazines, for Crimson Quarterly? And who is your audience? Is your audience specifically college students? Is it anyone who's involved with OU? Is it for alumni specifically? These are things that you'll want to consider. And the topic is really, who your audience is really going to be influenced by what your topic is and the direction that you take with that topic. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. So on your cover sheet, make sure that you look at the actual assignment. And when you open up the assignment, it's going to give you the directions for all of the options for the final. So make sure you're scrolling down, finding the one that says major, professional writing, magazine, feature article. If you look at all the things we need on the cover sheet, all right, so make sure that you don't forget things like putting your name on it, section number, providing the source contact information. There's also some differences in the types of sources we want you to have. We need you to have a combination of expert sources and living the experience sources. An expert source is going to provide you with firsthand information, right, about the person or event or topic that you're covering. All right. And then the living the experience sources are usually people who are tied in some way to your topic, but they themselves are not like the only person who can give you the absolute most important and key details. They have some type of experience that lends them to be a good source, but they may not be your expert source. So talk to your individual instructors about the number of expert sources versus living the experience sources that they expect from you. All right, and then with those secondary sources, the non-people sources, we're just gonna need you to give us either, the website where you got the information, or the document, right, like a book or a magazine, or a journal article, or some other type of physical source. All right, just let us know where your information is coming from. All right, those are the minimum requirements and some hopefully helpful information to getting you started. All right, so start brainstorming your story ideas, what you might write about, okay? Run these ideas by your individual instructors, and then there will be several class periods that are dedicated to completing this assignment, since it's your final project and worth a lot of points. All right, good luck.